So it's been, so at my folks, it's been, I don't know, 3 weeks now. We've been getting a lot of coons. So it's good. Keeping them in check. I mean, that's 70% of the reason I trap is to keep that predator population in check. It ain't for the money, because it ain't worth nothing. You don't get like a sense of ecstatic enjoyment out of it. You feel a sense of accomplishment, just because you are playing your part as a steward of the land, in conservation, and just taking ownership of what we live in. So that is just a great thing to be able to do. And so coon trapping, as simple as it may be, is a very beneficial and very good thing to do. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because it's just played off of emotion and ignorance, just because people don't understand the circle of life. You know, to continue my thought from earlier about trapping being a necessity, basically. I mean, it's been around for thousands of years. I mean, that's one thing you got to take into consideration. I mean, yes, they didn't used to be steel-hold foot traps, but you had snares up the wazoo set by Native Americans or natives all across the world. They still do today. And yes, it may have been a little barbaric back in the early days of steel traps with teeth and everything on them. But technology has come a long way, not only in just everyday life, but also in trapping methods. Traps today are considered safer. You can stick hands in traps. You can target certain species depending upon the trap, like these dog-proof traps, for example. These cylinder-type traps that are used for raccoons, you can't catch dogs. I've heard people of catching cats before in them, but the design of them, all it is a wire inside of there. I can show it to you, but it's just a simple design. It pulls the leg against the cylinder. It's not like a clapping of jaws. Bones don't get broken. Circulation's not lost. I've released countless amounts of raccoons because they were young, and I didn't want to disrupt that. It's just something in me just didn't want to hurt a young raccoon. But anyways, technology has come a long ways. So people that think that teeth are still used, that bones are constantly broken, that critters are gnawing their feet off trying to get out of the trap. I mean, there's exceptions to every story, but that basically is few and far between. If you are following the law and regulations set by your state, checking your traps every day, setting your traps properly and lawfully, you are not going to run into issues other than people. You know, that's your biggest problem. So you have benefits. You're controlling predator populations. You're helping populations of animals not get diseases by keeping the population in check. Along those same notes, you know, beaver trapping, they don't really have a predator per se, but they definitely can get diseases. But the big thing beavers do is constantly change the terrain around them by flooding out and damming up rivers, pushing out hundreds of other animals from holding habitat. So in this situation exactly on this property where I'm trying to trap beaver, they keep damming up ditches, they keep damming up the river and flooding out these river flats. And that's, I mean, if you take this whole river system, that's thousands of acres of river flats that could flood out, pushing out thousands of natural habitat for other animals, you know, or destroying that habitat for other animals. So where there is a action, there's always a reaction, and that goes in everyday life. And that is something you got to understand as a trapper, as an outdoorsman, as anybody. It doesn't even have to be outdoors. I mean, everything we do affects the outdoors. But, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. We have an important responsibility as outdoorsmen and women, conservationists and enthusiasts, outdoor enthusiasts, to protect what we enjoy around us. So decimating a population should not be a goal. Keeping a population in check should be a goal. Torturing an animal should not be a goal. Effectively using the tools at your disposal to dispatch an animal or catch an animal should be a goal the correct and proper way. So don't hold trapping in a bad light. You can see it across states that are outlawing trapping, California particularly, where now the outlaw of trapping and some hunting, predator populations are moving closer to city populations, actually attacking people, like mountain lions are actually attacking people. I'm not trying to say that this is a scare tactic. The mismanagement of wolves could be another problem, or is another problem when it's hurting livestock populations. It's attacking your pets and your animals. I mean, it's a circle of life. We live in the circle of life, and trapping is a tool that is used to keep that circle of life in balance. So don't make a judgment based on preconceived notions. Not every trapper is out here just to destroy animal populations. 99% of these trappers out here are doing it to keep the populations in check, to protect other habitats, other species, and to conserve nature. It's pretty simple. So, on that note, I'm going to set this raccoon trap again. Hopefully I get a few more before trapping season's over with, so we'll have a robust and booming pheasant and turkey population come this fall. Thank you for watching, and I hope you got something out of this. Until next time, I'll catch you all on the flip side. Later, Gator.